Today, I'm going to be making a hand-embroidered patch. To start, I come up with a design. In this case, it's a sad ketchup bottle. To transfer the drawing to the fabric, I use something called graphite paper. It has graphite on the backside that, when rubbed, transfers your design onto the fabric. This is by far my least favorite part. I hate transferring my designs onto the fabric. I'm now ready to start embroidering. I got my colors and my hoop. For thread, I like to use DNC brand. It's a 6-strand string, and I then split it in half, so I only have 3 strands. I tie a knot at the end and then snip off the excess. Now it's time to fill. For the red ketchup at the bottom of the bottle, I use something called a satin stitch. It is 1 stitch from edge to edge. It's good for filling small spaces. Once I reach the end of my thread, I tie it off on the back, and then I cut off the excess. This next stitch here is a little different. I honestly just kind of make it up here. I like to call this stitch the wonky stitch. It's not an official stitch, I kind of just make it up, I guess. So essentially what I do here is I position the stitches kind of in a wonky, ununiform way, and I think it adds a really nice texture to the piece. As you can probably tell, this is a long process. The video alone is sitting at around 10 minutes. I think I spent like 4 or 5 hours on this little guy. Usually when I'm working on these things, I listen to music. I think this time, I was listening to Lizzie McAlpine. She's a pretty awesome artist. She's kind of folky / indie. She's got some pretty awesome songs. Pancakes for Dinner is hands down my favorite. Definitely give her a listen. I also watch shows while working on these embroidery projects. I think this time I was watching Arrested Development. It is super funny. I still laugh at it every time I watch it. It's on Netflix too, which is pretty cool. I would say though, you can just skip season 4 and 5. They're honestly just not as good as the original 3. I'm almost done the fill, and it's really starting to come together. It's now time to add the detail. The outline. This is my favorite part of the whole project. Adding the black line make everything pop. At the beginning, you're kind of like, is this gonna work? But then when you slap that outline on it, everything changes. I went ahead and added some arms and legs. Now that I'm finished the embroidery, the next step is gluing. This helps prevent the fabric from fraying. Some people use glue and some people don't. I think it might affect the longevity of the patch, but to be honest, I'm not really concerned about that. Now that I've glued it, I've got to cut it out. To be honest, I wasn't really happy with the cutting job I did. I think it looks okay, but I definitely should have stopped cutting earlier. To finish off the patch, I'm going to sew it onto some felt. Just like with the fabric, I'm going to trim it to size. Well, there you have it, a hand-embroidered patch. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.